Is Faraday future set for another short squeeze like it's done many times in the past? Guys, let's find out. How's it going, everybody? Yas here from Trading Vanguard. I'm a technical trader who trades short squeeze, momentum, and volatile stocks. All of the information shown in this video is not financial advice and just my opinion. So guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another technical analysis. This is my second video for the day. If you guys haven't seen my first video on FNGR, please have a look. So this is the second video of today, and we're going to be looking at the ticker FFAI, Faraday Future, which is a popular, I guess, meme stock you can say. And to be fair, guys, it is a stock that I have traded many times in the past myself, and it's always been profitable for me. And I do believe now that it's time for another reaction. So guys, let's not waste any time and let's switch on the drawings and find out what's going on with Faraday Future. So guys, let's have a little zoom out and see what's going on. Let's see what the bigger picture is for Faraday Future. So guys, it goes without saying, just like, 99% of all of these low cap stocks, guys, Faraday Future is in a descending trend channel pattern. Okay, and also within the trend channel pattern, there are two landing zones for each of the bulls and the bears, and that's what we're going to look at now. So we can see, guys, if we look at the bullish liquidity zone, so if we zoom in at the bottom, it's going to be this green zone that I've highlighted here. And guys, we can see that the bullish liquidity zone, in my opinion, sits between, around 83 cents all the way up to around $1.06, $1.05, around that. And guys, how do we know that it is a liquidity zone for the bulls? Well, guys, very simple. We can see every time the stock has fallen into this zone, it has reacted. We can see it once. We can see that it's happened once, and then come up to the bearish liquidity zone and then gets rejected. And this time it managed to hit the top of the trend channel. And then, guys, it came back a second time. And then, to be fair, it did take slightly longer to hit the top of the trend channel. Sorry, not top of the trend channel, to enter into the bearish liquidity zone. So this happened in April this year. And then, guys, it hit, I guess, the middle of the bearish liquidity zone before the bulls were exhausted and just couldn't continue their momentum. And then, guys, if we look at the top, this is exactly where the bears are waiting, guys. This is where the bears step in and then control the price back down. So technically, guys, just based on this, if you're able to, if you're able to identify symbol trading patterns just like this, guys, you can make yourselves anywhere between, let's see, if I measure from the price action now all the way to, let's just say, just the top of the bearish zone where the bearish zone starts, 174%. So guys, it really isn't hard to trade stocks like this once you're able to read the charts. Okay, so guys, bullish scenario. Let's look at the bullish scenario for Faraday Future. So first things first, guys, if I zoom in on the daily, the Ichimoku cloud isn't as big, okay? So for me, guys, in the past, the bigger the Ichimoku, the more of a resistance and the more of a magnet it is that pushes the price back down. And we can see right now, if I zoom in, based on the current price action, guys, the Ichimoku cloud, guys, is about a 20-cent range. So for me, the second that is burst, it really is one of the ways where we can see that the bulls are in control of the current price action. Okay, and if we look at the past, just its last squeeze, guys, same situation. The Ichimoku cloud wasn't the biggest, but then we can see the bulls stepped in and then just started squeezing the price all the way up to the top of the trend channel. Also, guys, technically there are no open down gaps, so I would say technically the stock doesn't have a reason to come down further unless, of course, the company has diluted their stock even more. But other than that, guys, even if I was to switch over to the 4-hour, again, nothing is waiting, guys. There was like one minuscule one, but that was closed. So guys, you can see on my table, nothing is pending. However, if we switch to the bearish scenario, guys, that can also be applied for the bearish scenario. Technically, there are no open up gaps, so the stock doesn't have a reason technically. Again, I'm always talking in terms of technicals. The stock has no reason technically to come up and start squeezing. Now, if we see in the past, we can see that there was an open gap here in which the stock came up and closed it and then continue squeezing further. Okay, so guys, that will apply to both scenarios, both bullish and both bearish. Also, guys, another point that could be bearish in my opinion, as much as we have this bullish liquidity zone, which I believe this really is the bullish liquidity zone, there isn't a reason for the stock to not come down to the bottom of the trend channel. And guys, if we look at the bottom of the trend channel, we can see that it will be sitting at 62 cents, or let's just call it 60 cents. And guys, hypothetically, let's just say you were to buy in at the current price action, the stock would drop, 40%. Guys, that's not something that I would ever hold. I would always have a stop loss, and then that will just most likely just close me out. So guys, there is always that possibility that the stock could come down to the bottom of the trend channel. And even worse, if it was to come down to the trend channel and not be supported by the bottom, and if it was to break out, guys, the stock would be in serious trouble, which would mean, it's dropped dangerously low, below the $1 level, which then puts it in the range of potential delisting, in which, by the way, Faraday future has been in the past. Okay, Faraday future has been in the past where it did have that ultra squeeze, but it was just about to be delisted before it started squeezing. Okay, so guys, what would I like to see for Faraday future? So first things first, guys, as per usual, if we just look at our technical indicators, one of my favorite indicators are the EMA lines. They're one of the most reliable price levels in terms of resistances and supports. So guys, what I'd like to see is the stock slowly start to pierce through EMA 1, EMA 2, EMA 3. And then what I'd like it to do is no longer become a resistance, but rather a support. So we can see just, last week, we can see that the price was rejected by the purple EMA line and the first price resistance. But what we would like to see is that become a support. And we've seen that in the past, guys, where the second it started piercing through the Ichimoku cloud, which again, which is what we want to see here, we can see that the second it started piercing through the Ichimoku cloud, those resistances became supports. And then, guys, what happened? Those supports became supports all the way up until it hit the top of the trend channel. So that's basically the exact same pattern we want to see once again. Okay, for those who sort of trade stocks like this, guys, history is always one of the best ways to see or to have it as an indicator of what the stock could do next. Okay, also, guys, for me, I've identified two price levels that we want to see broken. Number one is $1.30. Okay, $1.30 is one of the price levels that has been rejecting the price. We can see that happen again on the 22nd of December and then instantly push the price back down. And also it just happens to be where the top of the Ichimoku cloud sits. So guys, the second this is pierced, then we can see ourselves work our way up to the next price resistance. And for me, guys, this is one of the big ones, $1.60. Guys, every time the stock has pierced this price level resistance, I'll show you guys here. Every time it has been pierced, that has been the initialization of a much bigger squeeze. Here it's done it once, guys. Again here, once it's pierced it twice, and then right to the top of the trend channel. So much so, guys, if we go to that monster squeeze that it had, guys, there is no coincidences in trading. Okay, we can see that it came down to the $1.60, or it's now a resistance, but back then it was a support. And guys, boom, what happened? It had that absolute monster squeeze, which I'm gonna have to do lots of zooming out. Yeah, guys, came up and squeezed like crazy just before it got delisted. So the last thing I would want to see, guys, for Faraday future, let me quickly go back to where we are now. Apologies about this. The last thing we would want to see, guys, is volume, volume, volume. Okay, we need to see the bulls stepping in. We need to see the bulls take control. You know, on Friday, we can see that the stock done 5.5 million in trading volume. Guys, we can see that stock is capable of, guys, look, if you see here, this wasn't even like a proper squeeze candle, but we can see here that the stock had done just under 120 million volume. So guys, stock definitely has potential. However, we want to see the bull stepping in and just blast this price with volume. Okay, we need to see the bull stepping in and showing us that they are interested. So guys, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Faraday future is a buy or a miss? Maybe it might be worth adding to your watch list. Okay, if you guys found this video useful, please drop a like, and if you are a similar trader to myself, please consider subscribing, as I'll be posting similar tickers and similar content to the one you've seen today. If you guys find this, apologies. If you guys have any other queries, please drop them in the comments below. Lastly, I would like to end the video by saying this is not financial advice. Trading can be extremely risky, and you should always have a trading strategy to stay safe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.